everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Kind of excited that the Seahawks actually beat San Diego. If they're going to win any game in the preseason, San Diego's a good choice. Of course, I know preseason doesn't mean a lot, but you get to see some of your players. I'm excited about Jimmy Graham. Excited for the season, actually. The schedule's not all that easy looking at it, but you know, I think we're looking at possibly another Super Bowl. I met a man, a nice gentleman, who's a friend of my friends that come up here from Santa Ynez. Every year they spend about 3 months up here at their home on Friday Island or Brown Island or whatever you want to call it. It used to be called Brown Island, now they call it Friday Island. Anyway, friend of theirs comes up, I meet him, and super nice guy. His name's Carl, and we talked about his wines. They're not available up here in my area yet, but we talked a little bit about that. I gave him some information that he can use, possibly to get those wines up here, and he sent me some samples. I'm excited to try them. I'm really excited to try them, and it's funny because my friend's wife, or she's my friend also, I shouldn't say my friend's wife, I don't want to mention her name, I'll say it, Linda, was nervous about me trying them on YouTube. She said, what if you don't like them? I said, well, do you like them? She said, yeah. I said, well, there you go. So, you know, it's always that, you know, that thing with YouTube is I'm shooting it live, unedited. I'm tasting these wines for the first time, and I'm excited about it, and let's get started. It's Ancient Peaks Winery out of Paso Robles, Santa Margarita Ranch. They own a lot of acreage. They have a lot of estate fruit. I like it in the back, it says Rocky Alluvium. This is their Sauvignon Blanc. This rolls in at $15 on their website. There you go. Now this is a real test of any winery out of Paso Robles. Can they do Sauvignon Blanc? I'm very, very picky about Sauvignon Blanc, and you know, it's hard to find good Sauvignon Blancs out of California, except for Santa Ynez. And yes, Sid, I will be down there to do an article one of these days on the Sauvignon Blancs of Santa Ynez. Anyway, let's see what we get on the nose. Like it right off the bat. A little grassy grapefruit coming through. A little bit of melon, some white flowers. Nice nose. I like it. Very nicely aromatic, as we would say. Let's see what we get on the palate. Not bad. Not bad at all. Get a little bit of that grapefruit pith coming through. A little bit of that grassiness. Not a lot of grass. For those of you afraid of grassy Sauvignon Blancs, this has just a little bit of that. A lot of melon. Good acidity, which I'm very impressed with. On the back it says, it gives you the latitude and longitude, I believe. 35 degrees north, 120 degrees west. Rocky alluvium soil. Like that a lot on the back of the label. Pretty cool. Sauvignon Blanc, 2014, $15. Has a little like roundness on the mid palate, but it has this nice, interesting, starts off a little grassy, gets that round kind of ripe melon, almost like there's a little touch of honey, but not sweet like that. It's just that roundness, and then it finishes off with that kind of grapefruit, pith, grass, acidity. Good Sauvignon Blanc. This Sauvignon Blanc would be a great, you know, on the deck, warm day, eating some oysters. This would be good. It's also, I would say it would be good all by itself. It doesn't necessarily need food. Just a touch thin on the finish, but not bad. for $15. Good Sauvignon Blanc. I'm going to go B+ on that. I think it's a great... There you go, Linda. Don't worry. So far, so good. If you can get a good Sauvignon Blanc out of Paso Robles, you're on your way. Let's go to the Ancient Peaks Cabernet Sauvignon, Paso Robles, California, Santa Margarita Ranch. I'm pretty sure it's estate grown. It is. $18. I think that's right. I think we're talking about the acreage they own. This is all estate fruit. Santa Margarita Ranch. Give it a little rinse. I'm glad I didn't have to knock down that Sauvignon Blanc. This is actually a good Sauvignon Blanc. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. $18. Almost like it's a combination of currants and cherries, more on the red cherry side. Nice aromatics. Where did I get this nice aroma? It smells good. Nice aromatics. It actually smells good. It has a good nose. A little bit of leather. I get like this dusty leather component coming through. All right, let's see what we get on the palate. The cab has really nice ripe currants, but it doesn't go fruit bomb on you. It stays in balance. Has a nice leathery, kind of spicy finish to it. Very smooth tannins, very smooth. Has a little bit of grip. I like that. A lot of cherries and currants on this one. I even get a little bit of a blackberry component coming through. And a little bit of chocolate. I like the chocolate. A lot of you guys are going to like the chocolate tones. Not a huge chocolate, just kind of an underlying chocolate currant going through on the backside of the cherries, currants, and blackberry notes. Very smooth cab, but serious on the end. It gets that kind of, I like that spicy kind of leather structured, good structure, nice balance. It's a good cab. $18. It's a good play. I know a lot of you guys are going to like this wine because it strikes that balance between a serious cab and, you know, an easy drinking cab. I like that about it. Has sweet tannins, but it's not over the top fruit. Very well made cab. I'm going to go B+, A- on that cab for 18 bucks. I think it's a very well made cab. I like it a lot, actually. I'm going to go more on the B+ side than A-, but I think it hedges towards that way. I like it. Let's move on. Ancient Peaks 2012 Zinfandel, Paso Robles, California. This does not say Santa Margarita Ranch. Let's see. Eons ago, the ocean floor rose as the coastal plates collided, forging the tall peaks surrounding our sustainably farmed Margarita vineyard on the historic Santa Margarita Ranch. Over time, these same geological forces blessed us with 5 distinct and some ancient seabed, sedimentary, shale, volcanic, and granite that bring profound flavor and complexity to our wines. Our 2012 Zinfandel offers round, juicy flavors of black cherry, blah, blah, blah. So this is estate fruit, I'm assuming, by the way they describe it on the back. All right. So far, so good. Linda, are you relaxed now? Let's see what we get on the nose. Well, Paso Robles is really Lodi, Paso Robles. Those are great areas for Zinfandel. It's where it really flourishes. And so I'm excited to try this. I get a little rose petal, I get blackberries, I get a little bit of raspberry coming through. little dusty component on this one too, like dusty tannins. Must be the terroir of the area, obviously. That dusty kind of minerality comes through, which is really cool. Yeah, let's see what we get on the palate. I like that little white pepper hit on the finish. Always a key for me, maybe not for you, but for me, it's always a key to have that white pepper on the finish of a Zinfandel, excuse me. Just like that, I think it's a key component to a good Zin. This Zin has great balance. A lot of the Zins out of Paso Robles can be very, very big, juicy, jammy wines. This one, you know, 14.2. Not huge for a Zin from this area. Has nice balance, front to back. I get a lot of currants, actually. Blackberries and currants. A little tobacco. I get a black olive component that I really like that kind of balances out that fruit, and that's possibly, and I get some minerality on the backside. You know, I have to tell you, I'm very impressed so far with these wines. I think that they've really, the winemaker, I didn't look up the winemaker online, I probably should have, but he really does a nice job with the fruit. I like it so far. The Zin is awesome. The finish just keeps going on and on. What I like about the Zin is a balance. There's good acidity also, which is a key component to good Zinfandels, to have acidity. A lot of us don't think about that with Zinfandel because we think of jammy, juicy wines, and that's true. Some of them get that way, but there are a lot of Zins out there that have that acidity and that really make them quality food wines. I'd love to have this with some barbecued ribs, hamburgers with blue cheese on them. Be awesome. I'm going to go A- on that Zin, and the reason I'm going that high is the balance. The balance of fruit, acidity, a little bit of minerality, that's a key, and then that little tiny hit of spiciness on the backside. That's an A- Zin. I like it. Let's move on. So, Ancient Peaks Winery Renegade, Margarita Vineyard, Paso Robles, California, 2012. This rolls in at $24. This is a blend of, now I love this, kudos to these guys, they put it on the back, 71% Syrah, 24% Malbec, and 5% Petit Verdot. Kudos to you guys for doing that. I love it when wineries put the composition on the back label. Let's see what we get on the nose. Again, that dusty component comes through. I really like that. I think it makes it interesting. Tobacco. Get a lot of tobacco. Little hint of blueberry coming through, which is kind of interesting. It's like blueberries meets currants for sure. It's a deep nose, and I get a little alcohol burn on the nose, a little bit of burn. Curious on the alcohol level on this one. It's got to be there somewhere. I know you guys are, why does he take so long to find? 14.3. It was in a different place than the Zin. Almost like a bark element coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. Love it. 4 for 4. Now this is a little warmer than the Zin, which is surprising, but it has good balance. It's got that chocolate thing going on the backside. A lot of currants. I get like blueberry on the back end with just a hint of raspberry. The tobacco element comes through big time. Nice structure. This is solid wine. I mean, it's got the fruit, it's got the chocolate, it's got the boysenberry and kind of currants and blueberry thing going on. A little bit of raspberry on the backside, black raspberry more than anything. And yet it has that structure. It has a little grip. This baby's actually, I would say it's youthful. It's a 12. We're in 15, 3 years old. I would give this another 3 to 5 years, and it's going to really hit a nice plateau where it's going to be really delicious. It's only 24 bucks. I think that's a good value. I think these are all great values. That's really screaming for a prime rib, stew, some sort of grilled steak. Good wine. I'm going to go A- on that one. I like it. Nice job, Ancient Peaks. Thank you, Carl, for sending me up the samples. I was a little nervous doing this. I know that my friends were concerned, a little bit not concerned, but they were afraid that I might not like them. No worries there. These are excellent wines from Ancient Peaks out of Paso Robles. Nice work. Thanks for watching. And remember, wine is not a mystery. It is just fermented grape juice. Drink it. Enjoy it. And never let anyone ever tell you what you should or shouldn't like. And remember, don't get stuck on one varietal. Be willing to experiment. And if you do that, together, we can keep the snob out of wine.